Hey everyone, Leo with Dreaming Tree, and welcome to the assembly video for our Gnome surprise ornaments. Now I know we did a little Santa ornament a few years back, but we wanted to do another one where it kind of doubled as a little gift box, I guess you could call it. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by just putting down some panels, and we're going to do that while it's flat, obviously. It just makes it a whole lot easier. And the way that this is constructed is that this structure is actually going to come in like this, and this little section here, which is almost a full triangle, not quite, is going to go on the inside. So what we want to do is make sure that when we apply these panels, that we put them on this section here and not try to put it here. As you can see, it won't fit. Okay, so these two panels, and there's another triangle here without a hole that's going to go on the back. Okay, but for this one here, go ahead and begin applying our glue. And this is one of those projects that you probably could mass produce. Make each, like one for each child or grandchild, nephew, niece, whatever it may be. And you can give them, you can give these kind of early if you want. And they can kind of hang on the tree so that they can open them up Christmas morning. Pull them off the tree, or it could be a little extra surprise. Hey kids, check out the tree. There's a little extra something special for you on the tree. Okay, so that panel is going to go there. We're going to flip this around and get the other one installed here. This is a beautiful Cartabella paper that we found on 12 by 12 cardstock shop. That was perfect for this bundle. And just match up the hole, and then also just make sure that you have a nice, even, symmetrical border all the way around for the rest of it. This one's going to go together real quick. Okay, so now another thing too, we've included this extra little liner for the inside. You could probably flip it upside down so that it hides the L and also kind of stays the same, kind of stays smooth with the rest of it. You could flip it texture side up if you want, doesn't really matter. But that's just to make it a little more sturdy on the bottom. And you may want to kind of bring up the sides a little bit just to make sure that you're getting it centered so it's not obstructing these pieces' ability to fold in like that right there. So I'm glad I did that. Make sure this one comes in, and now it's nice and centered. Press that down. Okay, and what we'll do is bring in one of the sides here of this little triangle, and we're going to put glue. This is basically a tab, but just a really long, thick one. So go ahead and apply glue to this entire tab. We don't usually make tabs that big, but we said, why not? Let's just reinforce it even more. Line it up. Should line up perfectly with the little hole as well. There we go. You can put that down on your surface and press down from the inside to help the rest of that surface make contact. And then we can go over to the other side and apply glue to this almost, well, I guess it's still a triangle. It's just not the same shape as the exterior one. Okay, and I'll bring this up, line it up, right up to that edge, and press that into place, like so. Put that down on your surface, press down, and like I said, this one's going to be super quick to mass produce, should you want to do that. And why not? Why wouldn't you? Okay, next we're going to pull and push these pieces in, and we're going to apply glue to both of these sides to close this up. So we're going to put a little door on the back of it. Okay, so flare this out, and then go ahead and apply glue to, these are essentially tabs. And then I'm going to keep mine closed by use of, what's it called? A little Velcro dot. Some of you have actually found some cool little magnets that you're using as well. You can use those too, whatever you want. I'm going to start here at the bottom and kind of squeeze and pull this up a little bit just to make sure that it's making good contact all the way up the side. You can stick your hand in there, get that lined up as accurately as possible. Now my glue's starting to get kind of tacky there at the top. Might have to paint a little bit of glue on some of these sections. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just do your best to get that nice and lined up all the way to the top. A little weird getting your hand in there, but it's doable. We've got a little door that we're gonna glue onto this as well. Check your seams, make sure everything is nice and crisp and clean. There we go. It's like making a little pie crust. I've said that before. Okay. All right, so now this part here, this is that little door that I was telling you about, and we do have a panel that's going to go onto the part that swings open and closed. So go ahead and apply your glue to that. And that's just going to go right up here. Make sure you align it with the top point first. So you can kind of look at it from this angle and just get that aligned. Make sure it's centered. There we go. Perfect. Put that down flat. Just make sure that it opens and closes freely. Now, because of the pattern on here, and just because of all the crazy colors, not crazy, just Christmassy, I didn't bother to ink this because I wasn't really sure what color I would ink it anyway. Okay, so now we're gonna flip this over and apply glue to this thin little strip, the perimeter of this little door. Make sure you get some glue out to the very points of the triangle here. Down at the bottom as well. Don't put any glue on the actual door. It's not going to stick to anything anyway. There's nothing for it to grab onto. Okay, and then line that up. Get that nice and centered. Make sure it's flush with the bottom. Flush and aligned with the sides. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, can open this up, kind of squeeze right there to help that join. And these little half circles that we added here, if you want, we added a few extras at the bottom, depending on how heavy of an item you put in here. If you need it to have a little extra security, that's fine. You can use 3 Velcro dots. I think 1 will be plenty. You literally just cut these with a pair of scissors. Just get 1 little Velcro dots and peel off the backing like so. And I'm going to put it right here on this little circle. Press that into place and peel back the other half. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to get off. There we go. And then you can go ahead and close it. And just grab it from the top, and you can hear it. Oh, it didn't grab. Hold on. Make sure it grabs. There we go. And then press it down for good measure on the bottom there. Okay, so there's that. And this is the front here. And this is just our little Santa that we need to put together. This first little layer is going to go right here, like so. We got the top. I want to make sure that that's flush. And right up to the very, very top. I'm going to grab a 1/4-inch dowel. I'm actually going to flare a few of these up just to give this a little bit of dimension at the bottom. And actually, before we do that, let's put the belt in place. This belt is going to be flush with the bottom and centered. So go ahead and flip that around. Apply your glue nice and thin. This thing's a pretty delicate, lightweight piece. You don't need to go overboard with the glue. And just make sure it's centered and flush with the bottom. Just like that, and press that into place. There we go. And then we have our gold element for the belt buckle. And it's going to go right on this little section here, obviously. Get that nice and centered, press it into place. Cool. All right, now we can grab this piece. And there's another piece that's kind of similar, but it has holes cut out for the cheeks. So don't get those confused. And again, this is going to go right here, so you can kind of see where you need to put your glue. Avoid these little areas where it kind of extends out. And you can see this little piece of his beard. I'm going to use that as kind of a guide to where to keep your glue. So I'm just going to kind of follow the natural angle of this triangle of the hat. Go to about there. And again, start at the top. Make sure that's all nice and all. I'm using my 2 fingers here to kind of feel and make sure that it's running right along that edge. Perfect. Okay, and press down here at the bottom a little bit. Make sure it's making good contact. Next, we're going to take these 2 layers and I'm going to glue this one to the peach colored skin tone layer. You're welcome to customize that however you'd like. Okay. And while this glue is setting, if you want, I'm going to press this down. While it's not fully dry yet, you can take and curl a few of these up as well. Give that beard a little extra oomph so it's not so flat. I'm literally just taking the very tip of the beard and just kind of curling it towards me as if you were kind of curling your hair. Okay, then we'll apply some glue to the back of this. Excuse me. And you don't need to go all the way down to the ends of the beard at the bottom, since those are kind of dangling there anyway. And now I'm gluing this to glitter. Now it is cardstock on glitter, so that helps a little bit, but you may need to be a little extra patient getting this to set. Okay, so I will make sure to take a little extra time pressing this into place, especially up at the top. I can already tell it doesn't want to play nice. Make sure it's nice and centered, and just hold it there for a moment. And this next layer that we're going to build here in a second, you can either glue or you can foam square, whatever you want to do. I'm actually going to take this and just put it down on my surface, let gravity do the rest of the work while we build this last section here. Okay, so first, this is my little pattern that I decided to go with. Okay, so we're going to take this layer first. So this is like the bottom of the hat, as well as part of the mustache. Okay, and that's going to get glued onto this piece, like so. Just match it up as accurately as you can. I really do think that there's portions of this project, especially like this, that you can get your kids involved with, especially if they're, you know, new to this sort of thing. I think they could handle it. Okay, let's see this. That seemed to have stayed on nicely. Okay, and then I'm going to take and, now it's up to you if you want. Let me put the nose on this second layer. You can add as many foam squares to create as much or as little layering as you'd like on this piece. I'm going to need a few extra moments here to get this really thin. It's like a POW glitter on top of the other glitter. So I'm just going to hold that in place for a moment. And you can either A, glue this down flat like this, and then foam square this layer. You can foam square this layer and then glue this down flat, or you can add foam squares to both layers. It depends. This one here, this prototype, has foam squares on 2 layers, both of these layers. And I kind of like it, so I think I'm going to go with it because it really makes it pop. So why don't we do that? I'm going to flip this over and get my foam squares out. Do one there, maybe a few here. And these have like dark black edges, which is nice. They kind of disappear from the side, where the white ones tend to kind of catch your eye when you're looking at things from the side. So the black foam squares really hide well. Okay, so you want to match this up so that just those little cheeks are visible. There we go. And then again, it's up to you to decide if you want to glue this down flat or if you want to add some more dimension to this, you could go either way. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to add some more dimension to it. And I think probably one is okay. I would do, never really want to trust one foam square to do the work. I think it's better to spread the work out among maybe 3 of them. There we go. Okay. And then finally, we have our little holly and berries. Dot, dot, dot. And pop this into place. You can see there's a little shadow element for where the berries go. And press that down like so. And then this we can just glue down right about here, I'd say. So it's sticking off like that. This is going on glitter, which could be problematic if you rush it. But I'm going to pop that right on here like so. And just let it kind of set. Here's a little tip. Kind of help you get it through. You can actually just kind of wrap some Scotch tape around the tip of it and make it pointy. Or if you happen to have a needle, you could use that too. Okay, should be able to poke that through. See if I can get it from the other side. There it goes. Okay. And obviously you're going to adjust and cut it to length, however long you want it. Okay, and then the cool thing is too is you can tie it, and then let me show you what I mean here. I'm just going to do one of these little loops. It's a simple little knot like that. And then trim this off here. And then you can kind of feed this part back through so that you just have a nice little loop at the top and you don't see where it was actually joined together. But that's going to do it. So can't wait to see yours. If you enjoyed the video, please take a moment, visit us on our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. While you're there, there's a little bell that you can click on so that when you're in your browser, you'll get notifications anytime we release a new video. And if you make this or anything from this bundle, I'd love to see it, and so would the rest of our community. So head over to your Facebook, do a search for Dreaming Tree Official. That's where you'll find myself and over 47,000 other dreamers that inspire us daily. So hope you had a great time. And as always, I look forward to crafting with you again. Hey, thanks for crafting along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of our other videos and please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to visit our site and check out our free SVG section where you'll find over 140 free SVG files complete with assembly tutorials. I'll see you in the craft room.